Hey, welcome to Eric and Sawana's Eye on Anthem. We're in our brand new downtown Anthem studios. Aren't we? How you like these digs?
It's pretty good. I really like the picture of Griffin as a child. He's the
Okay.
cutest freaking child I've ever seen.
Look at him hanging on the other coach, not even on me. He's got his arms.
He's like, will you take me home?
Yeah, can you zoom in on that? If we can zoom in on that. At some point, we'll zoom in on that. Anyways, we are blessed to have our first guest in our new studio, and might have been our first guest in our old studio, David Coleman with Precise Pest Solutions.
Yes.
And he loves public speaking, and we didn't tell him he was on video, so he loves it even more.
I'll deal with Sawana later.
Yeah, it was her fault. Sawana's fault.
To know me is to love me.
This is 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
At least I had a forewarning for the gala.
But you know what's funny is we used to not do video because people get so nervous. So I guess that was your ploy, is not tell people, because you can't sleep. If you knew a video, you wouldn't have slept last night.
I was warmed up last night.
Yeah.
I'm hungover today, so we're good.
Oh.
I know, I'm just...
Perfect.
Well, let's talk about last night,
Yeah.
because last night, obviously, we do this podcast to help promote the Anthem Area Chamber of Commerce, which you're the executive director.
I am.
You are one of the founding, starting members of all that. And I go way back with the chamber. But you had the gala.
We did. It was
talk
really
about
good. We hosted it at Bearded Barber, and we rented the entire place out, and it was fantastic. We sold out our tickets in record timing. We sold out sponsorships in record timing, and David was our title sponsor last night. So thank you again for doing that
It was our honor.
and helping us to be able to put that on. But it was a great event. We had some incredible award winners last night, like really good businesses, and so it was
Absolutely.
exciting. Yeah.
Yep, couldn't disagree with anything about the whole night, especially all the people that were nominated. There are
Yeah.
phenomenal up-and-comings, phenomenal volunteers, phenomenal contributors. I mean, I'm a little upset with you didn't get me nominated, but
Huh.
Who was our big winners? Can we talk about some winners?
Yeah, business
Yeah.
person of the year,
Business
Betty,
person of the year?
Tennessee Grill.
Tennessee Grill.
I was so excited. They do so much for our community.
he
Like,
really does, and he
Feed a
doesn't
lot of
ask for
people. They
he
don't
doesn't-
ask for anything.
So
and-
congratulations. Big shout out, Tennessee Grill. What's your
Right.
favorite thing on the menu there?
Right.
Pot pie.
Chicken pot.
Absolutely.
Chicken pot pie.
Grandma's
Oh.
chicken pot pie at least once a week.
And they only make a certain amount of them per day. So you got to like get in and get it.
Early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually DoorDash the other night, and then they actually canceled because they thought they didn't have any. And then I got a call through DoorDash from Haley. I found one. So so you know what they did? They just gave it to me.
Perfect.
So
Did you have to go get it, or did DoorDash?
no,
go-
DoorDash brought it, but they didn't charge me for it. So they don't, I mean, I go there a lot.
A lot.
You're a VIP.
I mean, it's 2 football fields from our house, from Sawana where she lives, and maybe I'm 3 football fields away.
Yeah.
So we go to Tennessee Grill a lot, and it's really become really good.
The
I'm trying.
margarita's back on the menu.
Christmas market. So congratulations. Shout out to Tennessee Grill. Who else? We had some other winners.
Community Impact Rotary Club.
Oh,
Obviously.
look at this glass I happen to be drinking out of.
No,
We are
no,
Anthem
that was-
Rotary.
Oh wait,
This
that
was
was
not
Dave.
Dave.
should we be pointing this?
You should be.
I mean,
she
but
got
doesn't
nothing.
have anything.
Anthem Rotary. Well, we love the Rotary.
We love the Rotary.
How can they not win? But they are like what, 90 of the greatest people we've ever met.
They do a lot of good
And they are amazing people.
Emerging Business of the Year was Doo-Doo Patrol. Brian Long. Have you met
Oh,
Brian? Yes,
yeah,
he
oh,
was on the
show.
podcast.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you something.
was-
That guy wore a suit with his logo all over
Oh
it,
my God, it was hilarious.
and when he opened the door,
Yeah.
it's all of his customers' dogs.
Yes,
Pictures of them.
Gosh.
it was so cool.
It was amazing, and only
Great.
Brian would do it. And his doo-doo colada.
Yes, so he had a specialty drink because he was the cocktail sponsor. So thank you, Brian. And it was a doo-doo colada, and it had a little poop emoji in it. It was hilarious.
I'll tell you what, Brian is just an inspiration. I've had him actually come into my office and help me with social media stuff, and he's very innovative, and he has grown that business from January to now unbelievably. And he's just a nice,
He's nice.
just
He
the
had a
nicest guy.
podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe with the City podcast, but
I saw what you did there.
Yeah, he I was happy for him. It was
Yeah.
there were some very good nominees in that category. Homeland Brewery. Yeah, they
he's too new. He can't win.
Mike's a good friend of his.
He's got
Yes.
to grind it out a few years before he wins it.
Yeah,
Well,
Rookie of the year.
Brian's only been grinding it out for 9 months.
and he's already got what, like 250 customers.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
He's doing great, and he was a very successful working at a car dealership.
Us, yeah.
I mean,
Watch the podcast with him.
Yeah.
And you can learn all about him. And
it's really incredible.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
I've been going for 13 years now, and I told him he inspires me. He's inspired me to come out of
Step it
my,
up.
yeah, I mean, watching that stuff, I've actually brought my daughter in to work for me, and she's working on some of the social media stuff with my office manager, Heather. I had Brian come in and work with Heather, just because he's very insightful and he's so willing to help. I mean, he took time out of his day when he's out doing houses to come into my office. So
But let's talk about
I was gonna
you.
say, yeah.
'Cause I'm tired of talking about all these other great winners. I will tell you, I get almost annoyed by seeing how many compliments you get all the time on Facebook because you do such a great job for the community, getting the snakes out of people's houses, taking care of all the bugs. You have come, like from the day you started, I remember, until now, you've done phenomenal. So congratulations.
it's
And
very humbling. You know, I do hear that a lot, and it doesn't get old. I mean, it's not how I mean, Sawana will tell you I'm not someone that wants to be in the spotlight. I didn't choose it. It's just I like to help people.
what happens when you do a great job?
I went to like I think we talked about before. I actually went to school to be a cop, and I wanted to help people, but this is another way I found to help people. So it's the snakes is my first responder instinct, and um, it's gone over well. I'm blessed beyond belief, probably better more than I deserve. But you know, it's you know, to hear people compliment and stuff. Same here with Sawana and what she does for the community. You know, that's why we're the community we are, because we're all friends and we all learn from one another. We started around the same time, Sawana and I did, and now I'm going into her collaborative to get chiropractic work, and I see that place and it makes me proud of her. So
Yeah, you guys have done great. Well, how many trucks do you have now?
Yeah.
9.
9 trucks. Pretty much Anthem, North Valley.
Yeah, Anthem, North Valley. I have one truck. One of my techs lives in Surprise, and so he kind of does the Surprise across the Scottsdale, the lateral there, and then he does have some up in Anthem area just because he still has to come to the office. So if I'm gonna have him driving up there, we still leave him some clients to make money when he's up there.
Yeah. What led you to pest control?
When I was back in school, and I got married early, pregnant. My ex-wife was pregnant. My stepdad said to me, I was doing odd jobs. You need to get a real job. Why don't you come do pest control? So I started with Burns Pest Elimination, and I had such a bad driving record. They had to get a bond on me, but they did it because my stepdad worked there, and he had been there for so long, and he was such a valued employee. He was one of their account executives, and that's where it all began.
What year?
I think it was 1993 or 1994.
I think I told you this crazy story. I worked for Sexton Pest Control, but they owned a company before that they sold to Burns. So it was the old Burns, yeah.
They
It
did.
was all Burns, Sexton, and then I worked for Sexton for all through high school.
It was one of I believe, don't quote me. I mean, I don't know if they can't remember exactly, but I had conversations with Al Burns because when I started with Burns, they had like 8 trucks, 8 pest control routes. When I left there, they had like 60. So, so I had lots of conversations in the early days with Al Burns, who was the dad, and then there was Dave and Danny Burns that were the sons that pretty much ran the day to day. But I would have talks with him when he would be around the office, and he would tell me, and he would show me pictures of their first truck, and I believe it. I'm trying to remember, but I think actually buying part of Sexton was part of their growth to get from 1 or 2 trucks to keep going. So and then I think Sexton restarted back
We
up.
did 5 years later, and I was their first employee on the restart. I was 14.
Spraying houses.
Spraying houses, doing termites. Free treats in the middle of the night before they build a house. You have to go spray a barrier before they put the concrete.
I'll tell you what, it's my guys will tell you I'm not a micromanager. My guys love to work for me because I don't talk to them for 2-3 weeks at a time. So they're adults. They come and do their job, and I tell them, don't be afraid to answer your phone. Sometimes I'm gonna have questions, but it doesn't mean just because you're hearing from me you're in trouble. But it's all about who you hire, and it's a good job. You have some flexibility. If you have to go home during the day to do something for one of your kids, you have that flexibility to do that. And you probably remember that. It's a very flexible job. You can stop and get lunch when you want. You don't have to have a set lunch break, So it's kept me in it for all these years. And honestly, when I stopped working in the field, and I was told you need to start running your company instead of working out in the field because you can't do both. I'm like, well, watch me. So I did for, I'm out there doing 40 houses a day, and I'm also the one answering the phone. So I'm on an earpiece, and I'm like, all right, text me your information, and I'll call you at 8 o'clock tonight when I get done, because I'd start at 6 in the morning, get done at, dark during the summer, which is what, 8 o'clock. So yeah, it was that. So then I had to start running the company, and I always told myself, you're not going to be a babysitter. Make sure you hire the right people. And it was very, very hard for me to go from a very standardized day, going house to house, doing the work, and moving into an office and then having sporadic inspections. And then it became where I've got Travis, my termite manager. He also does a lot of the inspections. Now I'm having to delegate the inspections to him. So now I'm like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
And you can only play so much solitaire. So no,
I see you admit that's what you were
Yeah.
doing.
We all heard it.
I don't never tell anybody I played.
Everybody in my office will tell you that because they just happen to always walk in when I put it on there.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? I look at it, it makes me start thinking strategically. If I'm lose focus, it makes me start thinking. I do a game of it, and it makes me think strategically, and then I get back on task. But
when you're the boss, it doesn't really matter what you do. But you do want to stay focused and driven. What's your goal, like long-term,
With Precise.
truck-wise, like sell it? What is?
So with the social media, and I also I said, you know what? Why don't we start looking at where we are at? Like, why don't we start doing some SEO stuff? And because I've never done that, I've never spent a penny on advertising. It's all been word of mouth. It's just treating people right. But that takes you only so far. I mean, it can still grow that way, but organic is very slow. It's one truck at a time, where I would like my next jump to be ordering 4 or 5 trucks at a time. And so I was like, well, what do I do? So what I did, I brought in a COO, a fractional COO, Tammy Dobbs, and I said, what steps do I need to take? Because I'm a worker. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm an entrepreneur worker. Like, I know how to do the work. The business part of it, I didn't go to school for business, so there's some things that I just don't know, and that's the first step, is knowing you don't know that. So I brought in Tammy, who's the PBA president up there for business Anthem, and I said, help me. What do I need to do? And she goes, well, let's look you up on Google. And I'm the 15th person you find on Google in Anthem.
In Anthem.
In Anthem.
That doesn't make sense.
You have to scroll for 10 minutes to get to me. So it doesn't make sense, but I've never done search, the SEO stuff. And so we're starting to do that. And the goal is to, you shoot high. We're going to shoot high. We're doubling our truck amount in 2026. It's hard for me to see that because we've grown it organically over 13, we've been in business 13 years. So 2014, March 1st. So 12 years. It's hard for me to see that, but that's the worker brain instead of the know how to grow it brain. So I'm putting people in place to help me get to that spot. So
that's a big secret, is knowing your strengths and your weaknesses and when to hire people to fill that, because a lot of entrepreneurs fail because they don't want to admit that they're weak somewhere.
Correct.
And
it's an ego thing. It really is. There's and we know plenty of people that have ego problems around us.
Who, me?
I wasn't implying that. She's the one that jumped.
I have a tickle in my throat. It's fine.
She got a twitch.
Sinus infection.
She's really going to be mad when I start becoming a social influencer next year. My new gig. I'm going to become a social.
Are you meta verified?
You know what that is?
No.
My wife gets.
Is that because your son is going to take over VIP?
Yes, he runs it.
He was
It
born.
has Cam.
with
He already runs it.
He was born in the mortgage business. I had to learn it. That's his sales pitch. Where is Griffin, by the way? He should be in here with us.
He's in the background somewhere.
Oh yes, he's running security.
He's hiding in the shadows.
He's watching the new downtown office.
He's playing solitaire.
Probably. That's some randoms.
I'm told that's what the owners do these days. So there are a lot of you have to realize you can't have that ego that you know it all. And I was not referring to Eric. You can.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
But I will tell you that I know we both know plenty of. We could probably start a list of people that never could realize that they
had a weakness.
That they have a weakness, and those businesses fail. I've seen pest control companies that started before me and they'll have one truck. So, you know, that they're obviously not admitting that they need something.
Right.
So,
Or a lot of times they don't want to grow. They just like, you know what, I'm happy with my one truck. I do my one route.
yeah.
And you know what, I live comfortably. I live how I want to live. Some people, that's fine. But for the big brain people, we want to take over the world.
You know,
There's people that do it and people that don't, you know?
funny story. My dad helped me start the business. My dad, I think we talked about this the last time, but we'll short recap. My dad ran John C. Lincoln Hospital for 27 years as the president and CEO. And then when he retired, I knew he was a workaholic. And that's when I went to him and brought the idea of this company and we put it together and came up with the name and the logo and everything. And he's like, nope, no employees. It's just going to be you. I can only do so many houses. And nobody wants me in their yard with a headlamp on at 11 o'clock at night, unless they want me there for a black light service. But I'm not going to go spray like 9 houses after dark. So it just got to that point where it is what it is. We're absolutely blessed. Again, last night I said Anthem is a community of opportunity. It's there. You got to grab it and take it and run. And it grew. It grew. Again, treat people right.
That's all it does. Treat people right and it grows like crazy.
And be real. You can't, it always catch up to somebody that's not being real.
Especially in a small town.
Yeah.
It catches you real fast. You know I've seen so many people come through Anthem and leave Anthem, and I still want to know, like, I follow them. Don't tell them on social media, a lot of them. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened?
If you, I've told people, Sawana and I have had this conversation. If you pretend to be someone you're not, it's just going to catch up with you eventually. And so you just have to be real. I've had business owners in Anthem, newer business owners that come to me and say, how'd you do it? Teach me. And the first words out of my mouth are, you be you. Because if you're anybody else and you're faking it, you're going to make it for a little while. And then until people are going to figure out you're faking it. And then it's going to catch up to you. So,
and get to first base first.
Yes.
Don't try to hit a home run right away. Like,
yeah, I've seen many business owners. They're like, I'm going to start franchising before I even have my business running.
yes.
And you can't do. I've had people do that and ask me to mentor, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You need to have like 3 or 4 vehicles of your own before you start selling off franchises to East Valley, West Valley. You serve some yourself. Like when I started, I had 12 stops in the East Valley. Because when you start out, you take whatever you can. You're trying to keep money rolling in. But as soon as that was too much, I was like, I sold that off to a buddy that owned a company in the East Valley because I knew it wasn't where my expertise was. And I've been buying hybrid Ford Maverick trucks, and it's great. My guys are getting gas once every 2 weeks, staying in Anthem, stay in an area.
Right.
It's phenomenal. So there's a lot of those things that when people ask me to mentor, I'm like, you only go bouncing around all over the place for so long. Because Queen Creek's like an hour and a half. I'd rather go to Prescott. That's 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And at least
service the North Valley or whatever.
Right. So there's plenty of homes there. You don't have to do that. So it's opportunities there.
Let's talk about one more thing before we let you go kill some bugs. And that's Saturday night. We got the big light. What do we call it?
The Anthem Holiday Light Cruise.
We
Anthem
love
Holiday
it.
Light Cruise. Get
Our
ready
kids love it.
for the buzzing around Anthem, because it buzzes in a good way, and there's some people named Karen. Buzzes in a bad way for them, right?
I'm going to address this for you because I need everyone to understand that David does this for free, and the amount of time and effort.
It's a negative job for me because every year I buy new cones because people steal my cones. And, and I buy, I pay for the gift cards.
Yeah.
I buy gift cards for the Phoenix PD that comes out
Right.
and volunteers to help us get us over the freeway. So it's a negative thing every year, but that's not
That's
material.
not why you do it.
No, and this year, it's funny, Ryan from Tennessee Grill is actually, we're splitting the gift cards for the top 4 winners, the decorators. I asked him for gift cards and I said, hey, if you're interested, would you want to help me out with this a little bit? And he goes, he didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's just how Ryan is. And that's why he was Business of the Year.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
So,
Well, let me tell the Karens that complain, if you're gonna complain about it, just go look at one
Bug off.
place
Yeah.
when all those cars drive by with the lights and hum by. The kids love it. The parents love it. I mean, we used to sit out and watch it. And
It's so fun.
it's phenomenal. Like
We
it's
go
one
right
big
by
cloud.
Sawana's house. She
We're like
loves
the
it.
first neighborhood, and we're like, hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Saturday night. We start at, always say dark 30 because we are lit up, so it has to be dark. I try to roll out as soon as it's dark, which is about 5:45. You know, and so and it goes until about 8:30. We end up in Arroyo Norte. So those are the common questions that I get. I honestly have still gotten posts this week going, when is it? I mean, I've been announcing it since January.
What time does it start?
I know.
What
And
neighborhood?
it's okay. Some people are new, and I get, that's the most messages I get in the last week of November and the first week of December is, oh my God, I can't believe they're asking again. I get it. There's some people that have never been here before. They don't know. They're like, what is this? You know, and I'm like, but you're on the Holiday Light Cruise page. Like you're here. You know what it is. Like you can get here by, you know, but it's fun. And of course, every year there's a few that you can't make them all happy, but you know what? The 99.8% people that we make happy,
Worth it.
I just keep doing
And
it.
it's for the kids. Remember, it's the kids. The
The
joy of the kids.
The
They love
kids,
it. Eat
the
it up.
adults' faces are smiling. You go by, I can see her teeth. Am I going by? She's smiling so big.
I love it. I'm a
so-
child.
Yeah, and you know what it does? It brings the kid out of every adult, and you know, in the last couple of years, I've made it go past our assisted living homes in Anthem.
Oh,
Okay, so we turn on Venture and we go right by Enclave, and then over off of Daisy Mountain is Merrill Gardens, and we actually turn in there and go around their loop around them, and started doing that last year. And they're all out on their patios. It's priceless. I mean, there's nothing that can make you feel better than to see that. My day on Saturday starts at 6 a.m. by setting up staging at the parking lot over there, getting everything going. Then I go drive the route because I lead it. And it's really dumb if I actually did miss a turn one year. My corner person didn't go to the right corner. And so, they were running down the street to the right corner. I already passed it and missed it because it was dark on Hastings. I couldn't see because I usually put 10,000 plus lights on my Jeep. It's hard. It's not super easy to see over my hood with all those blinking lights. And so we're doing a little more strategic this year so I can see better. I mean, it's not unsafe, but it's when the road's dark and it's super bright in the Jeep. But yeah, it's life changing. People have asked me about it. Brian Austin, you know, and I'm like, dude, you driving this one time, it'll change your life. It'll change your whole outlook on the season. That's why
Christmas magic.
it is. It absolutely is. It's the only way you can describe it. It's amazing. It's magic. The joy, you can feel the joy coming off the streets because you've ridden in it one time, right?
Yes.
And you could feel it.
Yes.
You've never said Merry Christmas so many times, have you?
In my life. I think I had TMJ afterwards from smiling so big at everyone.
Right. And no one's unhappy out there. And of course we have every now and then we have
Whatevs.
the Karens that you know, it was too loud because they're not out there.
But yeah, come and go watch it and then come talk to us afterwards. Well, thank you for doing that.
Well,
Looking
Absolutely.
so forward to that event. And
I have a wonderful team, so I can't take all the credit. I could not do it without my team, my team, and Ben Southgate, Adam McFinnigan, and Stephanie McLean. Every year they stick by me. None of them driving it. They don't, and two of them don't even live here anymore. One lives in Arcadia, one lives in down off Sunny Slope, and it's that important to them to come up to Anthem and do it because the joy that it brings. So
much joy.
yeah, I appreciate you having me today and just getting us out there, and we cannot wait to see everybody get out there and see us on Saturday.
Perfect. Well, get out on the street when you hear the buzzing at dark 30. Get out there. Thank you for coming down, David.
Thank you for having me.
Sawana for
It's always fun.
coming up, down, up, wherever the studio
Wherever
is.
we are.
Downtown Anthem. All right, go have a great week, kicking the teeth, and we'll see you next time.